What fuels you to rise each morning with a zest for life, ready to conquer your dreams? It's a question worth pondering, isn't it? There's something within us, an invisible spark that goads us on, even when the going gets tough. That, dear listener, is the enigma of self-motivation. Self-motivation is the inner drive that pushes us to achieve, to stride towards our goals, be they personal or professional. It's the unyielding force that fuels our ambition, inspires our passions, and drives us to exceed our own expectations. When we're self-motivated, we're not just surviving, we're thriving, creating our own path in this vast labyrinth we call life. Without self-motivation, our dreams remain just that, dreams. But with it, we can transform those dreams into concrete reality. So let's dive deep into this fascinating subject. This invisible force that propels us forward, that's what we're exploring today, self-motivation. Picture this, two climbers, both with their eyes on the same prize, that towering peak. We've got Jack, who's as reliant on his high-tech gear as a teenager on their smartphone. Jack's the kind of guy who won't step out without checking the weather app, even though he's got a window right there. He's got the strength, the experience, and a backpack full of state-of-the-art climbing gear. But his motivation is more outside-in than a drive-through. He's all about those Instagram-worthy shots at the peak and the high fives at the finish. Now meet Emily, our second climber, and a bit of a rebel. Got muscles and experience to match Jack, but she's fueled more by the fire in her belly than any weather app. For her, the isn't just a spot on the map, it's more like a personal mission. She climbs not for the gram or the glory, but for that sweet rush of proving to herself that she's got what it takes. Sort of a me versus the mountain kind of deal. As they start their journey, both and Emily are up against the same beast. Tough paths, moody weather, and the kind of physical exertion that makes a marathon look like a walk in the park. But here's the kicker. When the weather throws a tantrum and his gear decides to rebel, Jack's spirits drop faster than a phone battery at 1%. But Emily? She laughs in the face of adversity. She's faced with the same hurdles, and maybe she stumbles, but she gets back up, fueled by that stubborn spark inside her. No matter how long and treacherous the journey, it's Emily's internal drive that's tougher than a $2 steak. She doesn't need the perfect weather or the shiniest gear. All she needs is her grit and her gusto. When that peak finally emerges, you can bet it's Emily standing tall. Not because she had the fancier gadgets or a stroke of luck, but because she had the best cheerleader, herself. So in the final act of Little Drama, it's our self-driven heroine who conquers the mountain, odds be darned. What made the self-motivated climber succeed where the other faltered? Let's take a moment to analyze this, to delve into the heart of the story where the power of self-motivation truly shines. It's like a beacon, guiding our climber to the summit, amidst the harshest conditions, where the other climber, lacking this vital spark, was forced to surrender to the mountain's might. At its core, self-motivation is fueled by an intrinsic desire. This is not about the cheers of the crowd or the glory of the victory pose. No, this is about a deeply personal need, a hunger that comes from within. For our climber, it was the burning need to conquer the mountain, to claim the victory not for the world, but for himself. But desire alone isn't enough. You see, the path to any summit is laden with challenges. It's resilience that carries us through. It's the ability to dust oneself off after a fall, to look adversity in the eye and say, "You won't break me." Our climber fell, stumbled, and faltered, but he never stopped. Each setback was but a stepping stone, a lesson learned, a testament to his resilience. Then there's self-belief, a potent force that can move mountains, quite literally in our climber's case. It's the unshakable faith in one's abilities, in one's potential. When doubt whispered in his ear, "You can't do this," he had the courage to whisper back, "Watch me." His belief in himself was unwavering, even when the odds were stacked against him. But self-motivation is more than just these elements. It's a synergy of desire, resilience, and self-belief, a potent mix that transforms dreams into reality. It's the relentless engine that drives us forward, propelling us towards our goals, pushing us to transcend our limits. And so we see the power of self-motivation in action. It's what helped our climber reach the summit where the other could not. It's what made him press on, despite the odds, to claim the victory that was so rightfully his. Self-motivation is not just an inner flame, but a relentless engine that keeps us going. But how can one cultivate this inner drive, this self-motivation? Indeed, there is no one-size-fits-all answer to this question, but there are several strategies that can help. Let's delve into some of them. First and foremost, goal setting. When we have a clear direction and purpose, it ignites a fire within us. It's like having a compass in the wilderness. It gives us a sense of direction and keeps us on track. So, set realistic, achievable goals. Break them down into smaller tasks and celebrate each achievement, no matter how small. This will not only boost your confidence, but also motivate you to push harder. Secondly, practice positive self-talk. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt and negative thinking. But remember, your mind believes what you tell it. So, make a conscious effort to feed it positive affirmations. Tell yourself, I can do this, I am capable, and I am enough. This simple act of self-affirmation can do wonders for your self-motivation. Thirdly, visualization. Picture yourself achieving your goals. Imagine the sense of accomplishment, the joy, and the pride. This mental imagery acts as a powerful motivator. It gives you a taste of what success feels like and motivates you to make it a reality. Lastly, embrace challenges. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's easy to lose motivation when faced with obstacles. But remember, challenges are opportunities for growth. They test your resilience and determination. So instead of running away from them, face them head-on. Embrace them as part of your journey towards achieving your goals. In conclusion, cultivating self-motivation is a continuous process. It requires self-awareness, patience, and consistent effort. But the reward is well worth it. It empowers you, gives you control over your life, and opens the door to limitless possibilities. Remember, self-motivation is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Now consider the impact self-motivation can have on your life. Let's take a stroll through the field of sports. The world has seen athletes who, despite setbacks, have pushed past boundaries to achieve greatness. They didn't have an external force driving them. Instead, it was their self-motivation that sparked the fire of victory. It was their internal drive that led them to train harder, to run faster, to jump higher, and to never give up. Like a marathon runner who, at the 26th mile, finds that last burst of energy not from the cheering crowd, but from within. Now let's venture into the realm of business. The most successful entrepreneurs didn't start with a silver spoon. They started with an idea, a passion, and an unwavering belief in themselves. They were self-motivated to turn their dreams into reality, to work tirelessly and face any challenge head-on. Think about an inventor, working late into the night, not because they have a deadline, but because they have a vision. Next, let's explore the sphere of personal growth. Self-motivation is the key that unlocks the door to self-improvement. It's the force that drives you to learn a new skill, to overcome a fear, to change a habit, or to achieve a personal goal. It's like a mountain climber who, standing at the foot of the mountain, is driven by the desire to reach the summit. In all these scenarios, the common thread is self-motivation. It's the fuel that powers the engine of achievement. It's the wind that fills the sails of progress. It's the force that can transform an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. Consider this. With self-motivation, you don't rely on external circumstances or validation. You are driven by your own goals, your own dreams, your own aspirations. You are not a puppet being pulled by strings. You are the puppet master. You are not a ship being tossed by the waves. You are the captain. With self-motivation, you become the master of your destiny. So, what do we take away from our exploration of self-motivation? We've embarked on a journey, unraveling the enigma of motivation and delving into the tale of two climbers. We've discovered that the power to conquer mountains, both literal and figurative, comes from within. Self-motivation is not just a trait, it's a tool, a driving force that propels us towards our goals and aspirations. We've also learned how to cultivate this potent force. Through setting clear, achievable goals, maintaining a positive mindset, and nurturing our intrinsic motivation, we can stoke the fires of our internal drive. But the journey doesn't end here. The transformative potential of self-motivation is immense. It can change lives, shape destinies, and turn dreams into reality. Self-motivation is not just for the few, it's for everyone willing to harness its power. Take charge, fuel your drive, and remember, the power to reach your peak lies within you. Don't forget to subscribe for more motivation and inspiration to fuel your drive. Keep exploring, keep growing.